morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to the Be Your Own Hero Show. Today is the 6th day of September. This is the 66th episode of the Be Your Own Hero Show. Hero is an acronym. It means helping everyone reaps optimism. In other words, helping others is a reciprocal action. As you help others, you help yourself. My air conditioner went off. Wait, I got to turn the AC back up because I just finished my run. I'll talk about that in a second. Okay. All right. So shout out to New Thought Media Network for giving me the space and opportunity to talk about my journey of becoming my own hero. And I invite you to check out the other shows that are on the network because they've got a lot of really amazing offerings. I'm going to put the website up just for a second. You can go to ntmedia.org. You can donate to the network so you can fund them creating more positive programming. And you can see what else is on the network aside from the Be Your Own Hero Show. All right. So check me out here Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central, 8 a.m. Mountain Time. The New Thought Media Network is actually based in Mountain Time. So I got to remember to shout out the folks that are up at 8 o'clock in the morning in Colorado watching the network. So shout out to all you guys. Okay, so I am not a personal trainer or financial advisor. These are just the things that work for me and often the things that don't work for me. All that said, I want to hurry up and jump into Motivation Monday. So today is Monday, it's Motivation Monday. And earlier today, in case you didn't know, earlier today was Sip with the Moon. Okay, in case you don't know what that is at all, Rev Melissa does these meditations on the full moon and on the new moon, so twice a month. And last night or early this morning was meditation with the moon, and it happens at 4 a.m. Eastern time. And it was good. It was good. There was a story about an elephant and a dog. It's a good story. I'm not going to tell you what the story is because you can still watch the replay of the show. Just go to YouTube or Facebook. I am Rev Melissa and watch the replay, so you can check that out. But it was a good story. And also, Rev Mel is doing an after party. So after the sip with the moon, I'm tripping myself up because I want to make sure I announce that there will be no sip later today. Just a reminder, because there was meditation with the moon at 4 a.m., there will not be a sip at 10:30. That was the sip for today. Okay. So that said, we had a spirited time. There was an after party. And only 4 of us showed up. It was me, Rev Melissa, Julie, and Nan. But let me tell you something. You would have thought that we were watching Kevin Hart in there. There were so many laughs and jokes and giggles. We had a great time at 4 something in the morning early. We had a great time. But those of you who have not experienced meditation with the moon yet, what you waiting on? What you waiting on? And I know you're saying it's early, but come on now. Have you ever missed a 6 a.m. flight? Have you ever missed your 6 a.m. flight? Just what do you say to yourself? You say you're going to sleep on the plane. Same thing. Just get up, do the meditation, go back to sleep. Okay. So that's it. I want to get back to the after party. So in the after party, there was a lot of laughs, a lot of giggles. And I know you're wondering what we're laughing about. We were laughing at ourselves mainly, because it takes a lot of effort to manage yourself. If you're really doing the work, it takes a lot of effort to manage yourself. If you're not doing the work, it takes no effort at all. It takes no effort at all to just do the things that you do on a regular basis and let those habits run your life. But if you're doing the work of trying to change your habits, of trying to interact with the world in a different way, it's a lot of work. Rev Mel calls it staying on your mat, or one aspect of that is staying on your mat. And that means minding your own business, right? Worrying about you. And I call that staying in your lane because I'm an automotive guy. So staying in your lane resonates for me. Also, don't even get me started on the lane departure again, because I'll go off. But the idea is stay in your lane, stay on your mat, mind your business. If you get active about minding your business, you literally won't have enough time to worry about what other people are doing. And you shouldn't be worried about what other people are doing anyway, because you can't change what other people are doing. So what are you doing? You're just wasting your time. wasting your time and your energy worrying about what other people are doing. So we were in there laughing at ourselves about our efforts to do that, our efforts to stay in our lane, our efforts to stay on our mat, and how we have to keep doing that. We have to keep gathering ourselves and pulling ourselves back because it's hard. It's hard work. And we've all developed the habit of paying attention to other people, pointing the finger at other people, thinking about what so-and-so should do, what such and such should have done. We do that all the time. The mind is constantly directing our attention away from us to other things. You got to catch it. You got to catch it in the act of trying to redirect your attention and pull it back. And one of the other things we talked about in the after party was the self-critic. Our internal critics are vicious. They are vicious, aren't they? Like, like think about your critic, that voice that pops up when you don't do something exactly right, that voice that pops up and chastises you. It's hard work fighting that internal critic. But I'm going to share a story with you now that I shared in the after party this morning that I think is a tool to help make it easier. Okay, so with the world shifting, birthdays have been a bit different, right? So recently, I attended a Zoom birthday party. And the host of the party, the birthday girl, was trying to share her screen. She had this really elaborate presentation that she had done, which was really amazing. But she was trying to share her screen and she got stuck at some point. And her little boy was walking around in the room. And she muttered under her breath in frustration about not being able to share the screen, "Oh, I'm so worthless. I'm so worthless." And that little boy puffed up his chest and he said, "No, you're not worthless, Mom. Stop saying that." And it was just like, oh man, talk about a bucket of cold water being splashed on your face. And I remembered that story this morning and I shared it with the after party group. And I'm going to hold on to it as my tool to help curb my inner critic. And I invite you to do the same thing. Like, imagine a young boy, a young girl, a son, a daughter around you, and let them hear what it is you're saying to yourself. And would you be okay with them hearing what you're saying about yourself on a daily basis? I think not. I think not. But I think if you do that exercise, that will help you curb the desire to berate yourself if you think about a son or a daughter or a child being near you and hearing what you're saying about yourself. I think that'll really shift you because it's hard work. And the other thing about it is it's something you have to do continuously. You don't get to just say, "Oh, I'm not going to beat myself up anymore," one time and then that's it. It don't work like that. It don't work like that. You have to keep reapplying. And that reminds me, bear with me, of another car feature. Because you guys know that I was recently test driving the Kia Sorento ES Hybrid. It's a new car, and it came with a mute button. Now, some of you are already familiar with the mute button in cars, and some of you might even have a mute button, but you haven't discovered it because, like most people, you just got the car, got in and started driving and haven't really explored the features. But anyway, many vehicles have a mute button. So where it comes into play is if, let's say you're blasting my podcast, for example, you're playing it loud, and then you go through a drive-through and you don't want to turn the stereo off, but you want to mute it so you can hear what the person is saying and you can get your order in. So you hit the mute button. It's right there on the steering wheel usually. And then you do your order and you're done, and then you hit the mute button again and the music comes back on. The funny thing about it is if you leave the mute button on, meaning everything is muted, and you turn the car off, when you complete the key cycle, meaning when you turn the car back on, the music will be on at whatever volume you muted it at, which means you have to reapply the mute button if you want silence. And I feel like that this is a good metaphor here because you can't just hit the mute button once and be done with it. You have to keep reapplying it. You have to keep pressing the mute button. Just like with us, we have to keep muting that internal critic. We have to keep silencing that internal critic. We have to be kind to ourselves. And that is a constant muscle. You got to build the muscle of hitting that mute button over and over again. So hopefully the story I told you and the tool I gave you will be helpful to you. I know it'll be helpful to me now that I've remembered it, to be gentle with yourself. Keep striving to be better, for sure. Be your own hero, but be gentle with yourself when you fall short. So that's my word of the day. So I'm going to do a brief commercial break and come back with some hero news right after this. Okay, so I'm in the chat. So let me shout out the people that are here watching with me live. Shout out to Margareta, Gladys, Tim, Diego. Hey, Diego, I haven't seen you in a bit. Yeah, so shout out to all the folks. And yeah, what a story, right? It was, and to see it happen in real time, it was just like, you know, like all of us on the Zoom felt it. We, you know, and I hope all of us took the same lesson away, just to be gentle with ourselves. Yeah, and Diego's saying that what he does is it says to people, I don't care for people speaking about my friends like that when he hears them talk badly about themselves. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so quick hero update. So there were 2 more donations to my hero run over the weekend. I'm really excited. So once again, you can just go to sekouwrites.com, which is my website. I will put that up. You can just go to my website, and then you will see a link to the charity run right on the homepage. You can click that. That'll take you over there. You can see what the stats are looking like, how much money has been contributed so far. And I'm really excited about how it's shaping up. So excited about that. I will do formal numbers on Thursday, on Tally Thursday. Speaking of which, my mileage, I won't do my mileage until Thursday because I want to surprise myself at this point. I am shocked that I'm over 240 miles run. Like that to me is just a milestone that's hard for me to fathom. So for frame of reference, that's about the distance of running from New York to Dulles Airport in DC. What? Wow. So that's a lot of miles, and thankfully there's been a lot of donations, a lot of action over the weekend, as I said. So I will do all the tally for that on Thursday. So stay tuned to Tally Thursday on Thursday. Just a reminder, you can pledge as little as 5 cents a mile, and that's only $13. It's only $13. And again, I have a goal. I'm trying to raise a certain amount of money. Well, I just tell you that much. I'm trying to raise $5,000 by end of year for these nonprofits that work with the unhoused. So, I mean, help me out. Drop that $13 in there. Again, just go to my website, click the link for the Hero Charity Run, and it'll give you all the information. And you can pledge per mile, or you can make a flat donation. A lot of people have been making flat donations recently. Okay, so also on Thursday, on Tally Thursday, I will mention the new overseas Hero hoodie order. I'm really excited about that. And I think that's it for Hero News. So shout out to the stranger on the West Side Highway. By the way, I ran a 10K this morning. I was already up for meditation on the moon, so I had extra time. So I ran a 10K, which is 6.2 miles. So I ran all the way across Manhattan, east to west, and then ran back across Manhattan. And then that wasn't enough. So I ran up the West Side Highway and then back down. And on the way back down, a perfect stranger came right up next to me and matched my pace. And we kept each other moving and grooving. And that was so cool. It's somebody I've never seen before. None of the characters I've mentioned before. That was really cool. And when I got to the point where I stopped, I was like, all right, man, thanks. And I went off on my way. So shout out to that stranger. You never know who might show up to encourage you as you're trying to become your own hero, as you're trying to push yourself, as you're trying to do more. Because I'm not gonna lie, that last little leg, I wasn't going to stop, but I was going slow. But he matched my pace, and then we got faster together. So that was really cool. Also, shout out to Essence Magazine. Essence is going to be featuring my jewelry for the second time. I'm wearing some of my jewelry in honor of that. They just reached out to me, and they're going to be featuring my jewelry again. So super excited about that. The last time they featured me, I was in the issue with Michelle Obama on the cover. So, I was feeling really good about that. So shout out to Essence, and shout out to my mom's crystals. There was a rainbow playing on my arm earlier as I started the show, And that was from the crystals that my mom gives me to put in the window. So shout out to my mom's crystals. Okay, that's it for today. That's it for Motivation Monday. Just a reminder, there is no sip at 10:30 today. So you will see Rev Melissa tomorrow again at 10:30 Eastern. And you will see me tomorrow again at 10 a.m. Eastern. So tune back in to watch the Be Your Own Hero show for Tip Tuesday. Oh, you want to come back for Tip Tuesday. I got some stuff to say about money tomorrow. So come back tomorrow and come back to see Sit with Rev Melissa tomorrow at 10:30. So in the meantime, keep doing, be a hero, be your own hero, shock yourself, surprise yourself with what you can do. Be your own hero. That's what be your own hero means. Shock yourself. And remember that right now is better than perfect. I will see you here tomorrow. Thanks.